Hey, what's going on everyone? Nick here with a Star Wars news update. And in this video we're going to be talking about a new interview that J.J. Abrams and some of the cast members gave to the New York Times to promote the end of the Skywalker saga, as a lot of these people have been working in this universe for the last few years now, and it's kind of like a bittersweet ending for a lot of them. They also brought up how divisive The Last Jedi was and kind of chronicled how Disney's entire Star Wars saga has gone thus far. And a lot of people have been getting really upset about this online earlier today because they claim that J.J. Abrams and the cast kind of are throwing Rian Johnson and The Last Jedi under the bus to help promote The Rise of Skywalker. So let's get into this. In the interview, they flat out ask Abrams what his thoughts were on The Last Jedi, since he wasn't actually really involved with that movie very hands-on. The article states, The Last Jedi, released in 2017, was also a success, but each time it addressed one of several cliffhangers left dangling from The Force Awakens. Johnson's movie seemed to say, the answers to these questions aren't as important as you think. Abrams praised The Last Jedi for, quote, being full of surprises and subversion and all sorts of bold choices. But he also added, on the other hand, it's a bit of a meta approach to the story. I don't think people go to Star Wars to be told this doesn't matter. Saying all that though, Abrams did say that The Last Jedi did lay important groundwork for The Rise of Skywalker, as it's a story that I think needed a pendulum swing in one direction in order to swing in the other. And in terms of the cast members' thoughts on JJ returning for Rise of Skywalker after The Last Jedi had come out, it was said in the article, when it was announced that Abrams was indeed returning, his actors breathed sighs of relief. Daisy Ridley said, I cried, explaining that she thought the director brought a comforting sense of structure and security. John Boyega said he was glad that Abrams would get to finish the story he'd begun in episode 7, saying, quote, even as a normal person in the audience, I wanted to see where that story was going. So I guess you could kind of read between the lines in this whole article and see that, I guess in a way, they are saying that they were really happy that JJ had come back to tell the story of where he wanted to go and take things, because of the choices with The Last Jedi kind of went in almost the complete opposite direction from The Force Awakens. So I guess you could understand as an actor and as someone being invested in their characters personally, it was kind of confusing for them to kind of go in the other direction, but it was also comforting and rewarding to see that with the last movie they were going to go back to where they wanted to go initially. And obviously JJ is probably being nice here and saying that, you know, he loved the movie, it was full of surprises and subverted expectations and everything, but then after that he says what he kind of really thinks about the movie and says, I don't think people go to Star Wars to be told this doesn't matter. So drop your thoughts down in the comments below. What are your thoughts on JJ and the cast kind of trying to say between the lines that in some ways or another they didn't really like what The Last Jedi had done, how it was kind of taking a meta approach and deconstructing Star Wars and taking their characters in directions that they didn't think they were going to go in, or I guess ultimately didn't agree with. I mean, yesterday we talked about the fact that John Boyega just flat out didn't really like Finn's character progressions in The Last Jedi. So we'll just have to wait and see what The Rise of Skywalker does when it hits theaters next week. But for all things Star Wars and the latest in pop culture, be sure to subscribe to HN Entertainment.